mist on the gravel bar, your canoe on the stones, the green weight of the Ozarks over the water. Southern Missouri behind you, northern Arkansas downstream, hills folded soft to the horizon. It looks like the safest country on earth. But that softness is camouflage. These hills hide snakes that never warn you. A big cat, the state says, is not here, and bears returning to hollows your family has worked for generations. The deadliest animal, waiting at number 1, is smaller than your fingernail. You may have carried it home on your own skin and never felt it. Before we start, put your county in the comments. Which hollow, which river, which ridge you are watching from, and what you have run into out there, because somebody 2 counties over is going to read it and recognize every word of it. Subscribe if you want to know what really lives in these hills. 13 animals, counting down from 13. Number 13, the copperhead. If you have ever taken a venomous bite in Missouri, the odds say a copperhead gave it to you. This one snake accounts for something like 85 to 90% of the state's venomous bites, close to 100 people every year. What makes it dangerous is that it does not announce itself. A rattlesnake owes you a warning. The copperhead owes you nothing. Its rust and tan hourglass bands melt into a bed of oak leaves so completely that hunters step over it, woodcutters reach past it, kids run right by it. The woodpile behind the house, the flat rock ledge above the creek, that is copperhead country. And it is likely within a short walk of wherever you are sitting right now. The bite is rarely fatal. It is also something you will remember for the rest of your life. Number 12, the striped bark scorpion. Nobody puts scorpions and the Ozarks in the same sentence, which is exactly why this one earns a place. It is the only scorpion in Missouri, and it is at home here in the dry limestone glades of the southern hills, under loose rock, in stacked firewood, and now and then in the toe of a boot left on the porch overnight. Pale yellow-brown, a couple of dark stripes, a tail that curls up over its back. The sting lands somewhere between a wasp and a bad memory, rarely dangerous unless you happen to be one of the few who react hard to the venom. Turn a blacklight on a glade after dark, and the scorpions light up an electric blue-green scattered across the rock. They were always there, you just could not see them. Number 11, the black widow. She keeps to the edges of the places you use every day. The barn, the shed, the old outhouse nobody ever tore down, the underside of a woodpile, the rim of a bucket left in the garage. You know her when you see her, glossy black, with that red hourglass burning on her belly like a warning label. Her web is a messy tangle of strong silk strung low, right about where a hand goes reaching for firewood. The venom is a neurotoxin, drop for drop, far stronger than a rattlesnake's, though she delivers so little of it that healthy adults usually pull through with a miserable few days of cramps and sweats. She is not hunting you. She is simply already living where you keep your tools. Number 10, the brown recluse. Every animal so far has been something out there, in the timber, on the glade, down by the water. This one lives in the house. And the Ozarks, where Missouri and Arkansas and Oklahoma come together, is the beating heart of its entire range in the country. It does not sit in a web out in the open waiting. It hunts at night, on foot, crossing the floor while you sleep, and it spends its days folded into the places you trust and rarely disturb: a stack of stored clothes, a work glove, a boot by the back door. Most of its bites do far less than its reputation promises, and the great majority heal on their own. But the ones that turn bad turn truly ugly, the flesh around the bite dying in a slow, dark ring, So yes, the most dangerous animal on this list so far has been sleeping in your spare bedroom the whole time. Number 9. The western pygmy rattlesnake. This is the rattler you will almost never hear. It lives in the counties that hug the Arkansas line and out across the eastern Ozark glades, and it is one of the smallest rattlesnakes on the continent, often no longer than your forearm. Its rattle is so small it does not carry. Stand 3 feet away and it sounds less like a warning and more like a grasshopper ticking in the dry grass, a sound you would never think to fear. The bite will not likely kill a healthy adult, but it hurts fiercely, and it needs a hospital and out on a remote glade miles from the truck that turns a small snake into a very long afternoon. Number 8. The Cottonmouth. Now we come down to the water, to the stream banks and the gravel bars and the shallow sloughs of the southern Ozarks and the rivers below. This is the snake of the float trip and the gigging light. Thick-bodied, dark, often nearly black, it holds its ground where a copperhead would flee, and when it feels cornered, it throws its head back and gapes that startling cotton-white mouth at you like a threat spoken out loud. Its venom is stronger than a copperhead's. Most bad encounters happen right where you least want one, wading a riffle in the dark, stepping off the canoe onto a warm rock. It is not the aggressor the campfire stories make it out to be, but it will not give up good ground. And on an Ozark riverbank at dusk, the good ground is where you are standing. Number 7. The timber rattlesnake. This is the big one, the classic Ozark rattler, the snake your grandfather warned you about on the bluff trails. 4 feet, sometimes 5, tan and banded, and built to disappear against a fallen log, hunting the rocky ridgelines and dry wooded hillsides all through the Mark Twain National Forest and the hollows around it. And the timber earns your respect for a reason. Of every venomous animal in these hills, it is the gentleman. It would rather warn you than waste its venom, and it will rattle and bluff and buy you every chance to back away. But that patience is a courtesy, not a promise. Corner it, step on it, reach in where it lies waiting, and it carries enough venom to end a grown man's life. It warns you because it can afford to. One day it may not, and it owes you no such warning. Number 6. The feral hog. There is an animal moving through the Ozark dark now that was never supposed to be here, and it has changed this country. Feral hogs are established across more than 30 Missouri counties, and in every single county in Arkansas, rooting up hay fields and food plots and creek banks, turning ground that took a century to settle into something that looks shelled by artillery. A sow can raise 2 litters a year, and the math runs away from you fast. They travel in family groups called sounders, and they carry disease, brucellosis, and pseudo-rabies among them that can pass to your dogs, your livestock, and you. Cornered or wounded, a boar will come straight at you, and a big one runs 200 pounds and better behind a set of tusks. State and federal trappers are fighting hard to pull the numbers back, one watershed at a time, and in Missouri they have started to win that fight. But make no mistake about who owns the low bottoms right now. On too many Ozark farms after sundown, it is not you. Number 5. The coyote. You already know this one, and you know it by its voice, that sudden rising chorus out past the tree line on a still night, close enough that the hair goes up on your arms and the dog stops eating to stare at the door. The coyote never left the Ozarks, and lately it has grown bolder, working the field margins behind the new subdivisions, learning that a farm means easy calves and a porch means a cat or a small dog left out too long. It will almost never threaten a grown person. Its danger is in the henhouse and the calving pen and the missing barn cat, in the steady, quiet pressure it puts on everything smaller than you that you are trying to keep alive out here. It is the sound of the dark you know best, and it is doing just fine. If you are still with me, this is the moment to subscribe, because everything from here up is a different kind of animal. The ones left are the ones people around here keep seeing and keep reporting and keep getting told they did not really see. An animal the state brought back on purpose. Bears in country that was supposed to be empty of them. A cat that officially does not exist. And the smallest killer of all, still waiting at number 1. Number 4, the elk. For more than 100 years, there were none. Then Missouri brought them back, starting in 2011, releasing animals hauled in from Kentucky onto Peck Ranch, down in the rugged country where Carter and Shannon and Reynolds counties meet, along the Current River. Arkansas did the same decades earlier, up around the Buffalo National River in Newton County, and they took hold, a few hundred now roaming each range. You forget how big an elk is until you meet one on a trail at first light. A bull stands taller than you at the shoulder and can push 700 pounds. Crowned with antlers, he swings like a man swings a 5-foot rack of bone. 9 months of the year, he wants nothing to do with you. But in the fall, arut, he is a different animal, and every year, someone who edged too close for a photograph learns that a wild elk is not livestock and was never theirs to walk up on. Number 3. The black bear. They never entirely left. When the big timber was cut and these hills were emptied a century ago, a handful of black bears held on in the wildest, most broken country of the Boston Mountains and the deep Arkansas Ozarks, and waited. Then Arkansas rebuilt them, the population took hold, and today that state carries better than 5,000 bears. From there, they have been walking north, back into Missouri, hollow by hollow, for decades. Missouri now counts around 800 and climbing near 9% a year, most of them south of Interstate 44, thick through the Mark Twain National Forest. No Ozark bear matches the giants of the far north, but a big boar here can run 600 pounds, and a sow with cubs will make her point without hesitation. The country your family has hunted for generations has quietly grown bears in it again. The people out here have not all caught up to that yet. The bears already have. Number 2, the mountain lion, the one some folks call the Black Panther. Nothing on this whole list starts more arguments across the Ozark hollows than this animal. Ask the state and you will get a careful answer. The Missouri Department of Conservation lists the mountain lion as extirpated, gone as a breeding animal since the last resident was killed in 1927. Every cougar they have confirmed since, and they have confirmed well over 100 since 1994. They read as a transient, almost always a young male, dispersing hundreds of miles east out of the Black Hills and Nebraska and the Rockies, passing through, not staying. No females raising kittens, and so, officially, no breeding population. That is the record, and it is honest as far as it reaches. Now ask the people who live in Shannon County, in Taney, in Newton, across the line. Ask the man who found his calf dragged up a bank, or the woman who watched a long-tailed cat cross her headlights on a gravel road at 2 in the morning. They have been reporting these animals for generations, and they are tired of being told they were mistaken. Both sides of this deserve to be said plainly. The state can only confirm what leaves hard proof. A clear photo, a track, a carcass, a sample of hair, and a cat that slips through a hollow at night and never trips. A trail camera does not enter the record at all. People think the official count is the full picture. It is only the part that got photographed. In 2023, a confirmed mountain lion killed a full-grown elk in Shannon County and fed on it for days. That one left proof. The country is wide and the nights are long, and most of them never do. Number 1. After the bears, the big cats, and the boars, the deadliest animal in the Ozarks is a tick, smaller than a pencil eraser, and it does more harm to the people of these hills than every predator above it on this list combined. This region is one of the true national epicenters of tick-borne disease. Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma together account for better than a third of the entire country's ehrlichiosis, and Missouri ranks among the top handful of states for both ehrlichiosis and Rocky Mountain spotted fever, illnesses that start out feeling like a summer flu and can put a healthy person in the hospital or worse. The Lone Star tick, the aggressive little one with the pale speck on her back, swarms these woods, and she carries far more than her share. The Heartland virus was first identified in people right here in Missouri. Its close cousin, the Bourbon virus, was first found just across the state line in Bourbon County, Kansas, and has since turned up in ticks in this region. Both of them have killed. And there is the strangest wound of all, alpha-gal, a bite from that same Lone Star tick that can leave you allergic to red meat for years, so that a plate of the venison or the beef your family has eaten its whole life can suddenly send your body into shock. That is why it sits at number 1. You will feel a bear and hear a coyote, and if you are lucky, you will see the snake. But the tick you never notice. It climbs on in the tall grass by the mailbox, rides home on your sock, and does its quiet work while you sleep. The clock starts ticking, and you cannot hear it. The most dangerous animal in this country is the one you carry home inside your own clothes, without ever feeling it happen. So go back to that morning on the river, the mist on the gravel bar, the canoe on the stones, the green hills folded soft to the horizon. None of it was ever a lie, and the Ozarks are exactly as beautiful as they look. It is only that the beauty and the danger are the same country, wearing the same green coat, and they always were. These animals did not invade your hollow. They were here before your people cleared the first field, and most of them will be here long after. You do not conquer country like this. You learn it, you respect it, and you hand down what you know. So tell me what you know. Which county are you watching from? Which hollow? Which river? Which ridgeline? And what have you seen out there that the maps and the agencies never wrote down? Drop it in the comments, because somebody reading from 3 hollows over has seen it too.